Cybernation Uncensored.
Sound on Sirenscape.
Oh, I'm still doing the gutworm sound on Sirenscape. That is delicious. Okay.
My ears are being violated.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, welcome to Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. We are here today picking back up. We are sadly missing our friend Captain Mark 87, but everybody else is here for today. So I'm going to have our players introduce themselves, and I'm going to drop all of their links in chat. So if you are on Twitch, you can check that out. Let us start off with Chuggy. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Chuggy. I'll be playing T-Bar the Nomad today, and if you want to check out some of my own streams on my channel, I stream on Twitch, Chuggy305.
All right. Thank you. Raven.
Hey everyone. Tonight I'll be playing Calamity, your solo. You can find me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. John.
Hello, everybody. I am John. You can find me lurking over on the Discord as Johnny Drop. Find me here every Friday and Saturday for Capricious' streams. And I also have a SoundCloud at Arxon if you'd like to check that out. And tonight I will be playing Remy Johnson, the tech, and recently now a netrunner as well.
Recently electrocuted netrunner too. Vampire.
I'm Vampire Bites. You can find me here every Saturday night for this game, and immediately following this, you can find me over on 2D Fallout 2D20 Pack Northwest. I think that's the channel. It's in the link somewhere. Playing Fallout.
Alrighty, thank you. And Violent Neon.
Hey, I am Violent Neon. You can find me here every Saturday playing Domino, the Nomad Fixer.
Alright, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, I am our GM, Capricious Nature. You can find all of our links and stuff. It's all up in the chat. We've got our music today provided by a couple of different places. We've got Outworld Sounds, Bass Ape Records, and I officially am running Sirenscape. Yay! I'm about to start up our sound set in just one moment, so a big shout out to our sponsor over at Sirenscape. You can also find all the supplements that we are using, and a big plus to share with everybody is that both the Medicine in the Time bread and the Vehicles of Red have both received a huge set of updates. So please check those out over on cybernationuncensored.com. After our stream, as Vampire mentioned, both themselves and myself will be over on twitch.tv 2D20 Pacific Northwest. So you can check us out over there. Now, where exactly are we? What happened with our last session? We were a little bit all over the place with running around and shopping trips and trying to get things done and info and getting our brains zapped. So who would like to give us a recap?
What is real? What is life? Are we real? Are any of us in this reality? Is reality what's real? We don't know. At this point, we know that clones exist. We, in fact, don't know if we are actually clones ourselves. We don't know if we are our originals. We do know that there are potentially other clones of us out there, some of them deceased, and we have acquired a clone of Devilish Jack Holmes, but we don't know how many others there might be because at his age there could be like 37. And yeah, Other than that, we're going to try to go bomb the bejesus out of a Metacorp building to free some captives who may or may not be clones themselves.
Right, yeah, that kind of sums up the clusterfuck that was the previous session with all of the info drops. Just to give our audience a little bit of a heads up, they found some documents on Biotechnica. They finally broke through it using the help of Rook, the level 10 netrunner in Dallas. And what they found is a little bit disturbing. This started off with them being very curious what the heck is in the documentation. They find out the following about the Snyder family. Mama Snyder was listed as contained. DD Snyder was listed as isolation. And Dexter Snyder was listed as deceased. And there was another interesting entry that they found listed under Johnson, Bear, as deceased. They found listed on there Jack Holmes, unknown. They found a code name. It was blacked out with the code named Calamity next to it, listed unknown. Domino Snyder, unknown. A blacked out name again, and next to it, call sign T-Bar, unknown. They saw listed on there, Collie, deceased. Azrael Knox, unknown. Richard Knight, deceased. Johnny Silverhand, unknown. Morgan Blackhand, active. Underneath all of that, one of the weirdest parts that they discovered was the fact that it said the group test results were at 100% success rate with 0 losses. And so our players here, our characters, our wonderful nomads, they've literally just gotten this information kind of dropped on their heads in one of the most weirdest possible ways by just reading it off documentation. They discovered that their location is underneath a Bloaties Pizza out in the major city, and I'll mark it here on our map again, outside of the major cities here, between Austin and San Antonio. So it's in a Bloaties Pizza and possibly located underground. There was not very much security that they have on site, which was one of the things that Calamity was very concerned about. It seems as if they have a automated security system that they have recently purchased from some company called Umbrella. They're not exactly sure where it came from, but they've seen that on there. And they also found out that there are a lot of different companies that are working in cooperation with Metacorp. We have Metacorp, we have the Maelstrom companies, we have the Doomsday Preppers, we have some company called Umbrella, and another company called Prometheus Labs Incorporated. And one of the most bizarre pieces of information that they found out, before any of these companies were even really known to exist, it lists on here that the facility was established in 1918, and SFP, which nobody was able to fully understand. The last part of this is that we had our tactics on here, is that there's 0 centralized security. It is completely manned autonomously by what seems to be an FCAI, which is a fully functioning or fully capable artificial intelligence that was listed under Umbrella's design. And with the hands-on security, they found out that the shift change was around 1800, so around 6 p.m. Now, this is all the info that they were able to scavenge out of the documents that they discovered online. Some of it's very concerning, some of it's very confusing, but all of it is pretty relevant to the task that they have on hand of trying to get inside and figure out, are the Snyders still alive? So, folks, what are we going to do? I put it in
We
all of
were-
your capable hands.
Yeah. So I know I haven't had really a drink before, but I kind of think I might need one. But that would be bad for what we're. But thoughts, ideas.
The benevolent GM overlord. I can't.
Let's,
How ready are we?
I thought we were ready, but now with all of this information, I don't know.
let's hit this site. Let's get in, fuck them up, get what information we can, get out, and take it from there.
So let's all get on the magic school bus and teach them an education about not to fuck with us again.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
am,
Thinking that since it's a bloaties on the surface level, we might take your old car. School bus and your old car.
I mean, we could. There's more than like I'll drive the school bus with Remy riding shotgun, on one of the weapon mounts, and if you wanted to, if you and Calamity maybe wanted to leave your bikes here so they won't get damaged, you take the car, the Bloaty's car, and T-Bar flies in with the aerial assault. But you'll have to do it low because I think they have like anti-air stuff. I think I remember us catching, or maybe that was Dallas or Houston. There's anti-air stuff something around, and you want to fly low.
Yeah. Hey, Remy, have you worked with computers enough to be able to take out their system if we get in close enough?
I can try, but if my brain starts to go all wonky, we're gonna have to do it manually.
Yeah. So how much time has passed, GM, since our netrunner got his brain fried and we traveled up to Dallas to get the actual information and came back down here?
This is the next day, pretty
a
much.
day trip?
Yeah, this is
So
the
one
next day.
night's rest.
And he did have a speed heal,
Yeah.
which put him almost all the way back up.
Yeah, I'm almost at full health.
Speed heal plus an overnight, so we should be fresh and ready to go.
Hopefully no
Let's
more
help them learn
nosebleeds.
how to push up daisies.
quiet and stealthy like, or loud and obnoxious?
Since when have we ever been quiet and stealthy?
There's no
Loud and obnoxious it is.
There's always a first. Why do you think I'm suggesting the Bloaty's car and your undercover school bus?
I mean, distract and divide, distract, and conquer? I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
a bloaties on the
Well, so
surface,
far, but our luck's gonna run out one of these days.
it's a bloaties
So,
on the surface. It's
we
probably
do-
no one stopping us from going inside. I mean, it's a public place where they want people to go
A
inside.
bloaties followed by a school bus wanting to bring children to learn about the science of things. I don't want to beat around the bush.
But the absence of children would be a dead giveaway, correct?
Maybe the bus driver shift is over and they're just stopping by bloaties for a quick
Yeah.
bite. I think
Alright,
the
you're
best
on the
option
front.
is a little column A and a little column B. Try to keep it, low key until, the turds hit the fan. And then do it our style.
That's
Sure, why not? Let's do
Bloaties
this.
actually is open. If we get there, we'll find out that it's proposed for remodeling, and it's just a pure cover building and not a cover operation.
Because didn't we see that didn't those blueprints show that there's a lot of underground?
I think the whole thing is underground. It's all underneath
Yeah.
the bodies.
Yeah.
Can I try a quick library search for this bloaty's hours of operation?
100%. Go ahead and roll me a library search.
Doesn't agent give a bonus on that?
Yep, +2.
Okay, I found it.
All right. Yeah, you're able to pull it up, even with that 9, because it's pretty easy to get. You've got a +2 on there, so that would be an 11.
No, that's with the +2.
Oh, that's what. But you don't have any modifiers listed out here.
Oh, it must have not
Yep.
entered.
You're all good.
Right, well,
So 11. You're able to find it, and it says on the entry you can see a picture that looks pretty outdated, and it says Bloaty's Pizza, and underneath it says temporary close due to pandemic measures, and underneath that it says if you or someone you love may have what was it, the black, what was it called? It's not black lung. 1 second. Oh, my brain. Do. This is going back on some of their very old 2020 info, so I gotta pull this up real quick. Come on. Player info. Yeah, so it says that it's temporarily closed. It says on there that it is due to pandemic reasons. The pandemic reasons listed on there says that if you or somebody that you know may have the Black Plague, I believe is what it was called, please immediately contact the CDC in with the U.S. government. And that's what it says. That's what it has listed under hours.
Well, shit. They're closed, guys.
No pizza today.
Cool. So we're not going to be able to do the subtle subversive bloating. Well, I mean, car delivery could maybe he was late and didn't get the message from management that he wasn't supposed to come in today, and he's just coming in and is like, "Oh, oops, you're muted."
From 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. It was the carbon plague, the black carbon plague. If anybody, if you or anybody you know is
2020, isn't it?
is suffering from black carbon plague, please contact your local CDC department.
That listing hasn't been updated since there was a net.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh.
No. The Bloaty's car doesn't matter. We'll just hit them hard. Try and
Cool.
take out their AI as quickly as we can.
So, Calamity, do you want to do aerial recon with T-bar and be eyes in the sky and long range for your shots? And Mojo and Remy can be my gunners? Because I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Technically I have 3, but I still haven't mounted that 3rd.
Sidebar. So we're all talking about as if Jack isn't here. So what is Jack doing that's keeping him away since his player is out?
Jack is currently tending to the Jack clone. And
Tending to.
yeah, he's dealing with the existential crisis of the fact that not only was this done without his permission or approval, but there could be more of him.
Alright.
Not a very positive mental place to be in for Jack.
Alright. I will let Major Emery Mertz and Winter Weber know to stand by at the ready so that they're within backup distance.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to bring the Maelstrom along? Or do we want to save... Let's save them for Medicorp HQ.
Yeah.
This might need to be a critical strike, and we don't want to lose any or overextend our reach. Or show our hand, too much of our hand.
It's true. Always best to be on the safe side.
Yep.
Who said anything about the safe side?
They don't have an army on site that we're aware of.
That we're aware of. So yeah, a surgical
They
strike.
have an AI running a very nasty defensive suite. So if Remy's good enough with his hacking, this should be a walk in the park. If he's not good enough with his hacking, we might all get, laid flat, no matter how many Maelstrom we bring. So...
And then we might all be reborn as clones and go through this again in like 2 years.
That's a
Buzzing around here.
very negative way to think about it.
So buzzing around the site in the AV9 with their defenses having a surface-to-air missile system, that would possibly be a bad idea. That would tactically not be very sound.
Fair point.
Centralized security. It's a medical facility, not a military facility. Video monitoring. Full capacity AI.
Could you whip
Having-
something up, Remy, that would temporarily block their missiles from detecting us or something like that?
We don't know that it's an air defense system. It's an unknown defense system, is what we were able to gather.
Calamity could do that too.
We're just assuming that it's against aircraft. We don't know that for sure right now.
So basically, everything we're doing right now is just guessing. I mean, nothing we're going to come up with actually matters for what's out there. We don't know.
Yep.
So you want to chime in something, Shebar?
This is the GM reminding all of you. Don't forget that you also have access to that briefcase and the location of the weapon. And it's, as you guys have already experienced, is very well known for putting out EMPs.
So let's take a look at that briefcase. Examine it closely.
And we
Well-
might want to save that for Medicorp HQ.
Yes, so you guys have fully examined the briefcase. The briefcase is literally like the direct console activation for a neutron weapon. The neutron weapon, you guys know, is located on the border with Mexico in an abandoned military facility.
So let's leave Jimmy there for now.
Yeah, you can try to utilize that because you're facing down a possible advanced AI system. You could save that for later. It's up to you guys. I'm just giving you a reminder that it is there.
Yeah, I think I want to take. I think I want to take the Neutron over to Meta HQ. I think we.
Not to mention,
I
didn't we
think
discover
our
that...
lives on the line and trust Remy's hacking skills.
Oh, you shouldn't. But didn't we discover that this place is also, like... There's some highly explosive stuff down there.
Yep.
So probably wouldn't be best to drop a neutron bomb on this particular facility anyway.
Didn't we also find like a shipping manifest that had like hours and days where things are brought in?
Yeah, that was where you got information about the different companies that work on shipping with them.
So we know stuff is getting brought into there. We know what days they generally accept those shipping requests. Like, why don't we hijack one of those shipments and go in on it?
Again, because I think that might be a bad idea because there would be more people on site both for the receiving and the delivery thereof. Whereas if we waited until one of the days where they're not expecting a shipment, there would be less people there because they're not expecting anything to come in.
I mean, we got to do something. We could sit here and talk the whole time, but it doesn't sound like.
I say we just go straight at them and punch them in the nuts. Metaphorically. That's a word, right?
And if you want to do it, you know, non-metaphorically as well, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
What are we doing, folks? What's the choice?
All right.
We're
So
getting-
what I've gathered here is there are two choices. We can still try to do it quiet, hijack a truck, or we can just go in guns a-blazing. So, show of hands. Who wants to just go in guns a-blazing?
Really?
Shebar very slowly raises her hand.
I smack her
Like,
hand.
of every
She does have
thing
stones. Oh my
that we have
god.
been thus far.
Yeah, but
Calamity,
I've never-
you have raised your hand. T-Bar, you have raised your hand. You two would have been the first. Is it just because I raised my hand first? If I hadn't raised my hand first and said, hey, you know, let's go in gun blazing, you two would have been the first ones to raise your hand, wouldn't you? See, I get no respect.
But like,
Amigo, your
could.
plan is flawed.
Our
we
luck is going
get to hijack a truck.
Again,
Whole
more
shipment.
people.
We're going to go in guns blazing to a shipment, and then go in quietly to the base.
And then when it inevitably turns south, then we go guns blazing. In any case, we're going guns blazing. I just think there should be an attempt at an intermediary step.
We need to hijack the truck. Hijack the train. Yes, hijack the train.
I'm just listening to the word hijack coming in over and over my headphones. Just.
Is there a train that goes there?
So
Can we hijack a train?
No, hijack the train is a throwback to Cap's first.
My first
When-
foray.
One of my adventures that I used to run.
Yep.
Again, I hear what you all are saying, but again, I think that there's going to be more people. Plus, we don't know the structural or the modifications on said shipment vehicle, whereas I know the capabilities of my bus, his AV, and anything else that we take. We know the capabilities of what we have, not of what those vehicles are, and we could get a lot of injuries from using vehicles that aren't prepared for the type of stuff that we want to do. Plus, again, trying to hijack them, dealing with more people that we would have to deal with unnecessarily.
They deal with Maelstrom. Currently, we also deal with Maelstrom. What if we leverage that?
Well, we're not going to have Jack with us, so that might not be so easy.
No, we get the information from our Maelstromers. We don't actually use bodies on the ground. We get the information from them. Talk to the Maelstrom. We get a Maelstrom shipment or whatever dealing that they have. We do it that way. Best of both worlds. We deal with a known factor and then sneak into the unknown instead of. Fuck it, let's just go.
Remy, can you set up a? Remy, can you fashion together a comm jammer? something if we can blackout comms when we hit this truck.
And
I think I can pull up the blueprints to one of those.
Okay, so that would be something
And
good. We
is
don't
today one of
necessarily
the
have to
days that
kill.
the shipment's happening? Let's look at the documents. Is a shipment happening today?
So the documents that you've got are from like a couple of weeks ago. This is just like previous manifest information.
So so would it be deduction to assess when the next shipment might be?
You could do that, yeah.
Okay, so deduction. Cool. We're going to wing it. Are there any +2s in chat?
No.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey Dash, welcome in. We have a -2 from Rook left over from yesterday. I could use that and give you a 12.
Cool. So I have a 5.
Oh, 5. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah. So you have a 5. Thank you, Rook. Yeah. You have no idea.
Cool. So
Dash.
the plotting out when the next shipment is going to be is a hypothetical. We have no idea when it's going to be. We have what they used to be. So if we were going to go now, we don't know what's going to be out there. But if we were going to wait for a shipment, we don't know when that's going to be either. So I'll be quiet and I'll let you all decide because you all have better ideas than I do. So let me know what I'm doing and when I'm driving, and I'll be in my bus.
Shebar leans
Mojo.
over T-Bar's shoulder and just says, "Why don't you guys just go in guns blazing?"
I'm fine with that. I really don't care.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's...
Mojo has been won over, in part due to his lack of patience, and in part to we don't know when the schedules are. We don't know when the overall schedules are going to be. So
Okay, so then we go in about the time they're doing shift change when there would be more chaos.
yeah, and I think the 4 a.m. rather than the 6 p.m. would be better.
Deal.
People are more tired. Yes.
Right, and is Remy still aiming to make that comms jammer or no?
Probably take a little too long.
Yeah, I
Reckon
just
about
pulled
a
it up in the vehicles of red. It'll take you a little while.
There's also the scrambler descrambler, which would take a week.
Scrambler descrambler is directly for like your agent or your comms system. It scrambles or descrambles any incoming or outgoing messages just from your yeah. We actually talked about that because I had no idea. I didn't understand the purpose of that. But yeah, if you wanted to make it, it would take you 4 days. Oh wait, that would just be for installing, not making. Oh my lord. Yeah, that would take you like a couple of weeks.
Right, so shall we go lay down and get some rest to make sure we're all fully rested and can hit this, and we'll get up a little bit early? We'll go to bed early, get up early, and hit them hard?
Sounds good.
Guess that's what we gotta do.
Cool.
So for the remainder of this day, Shebar is just kind of like, well, that was a foregone conclusion. What a waste of a meet. This could have been an email. And she walks out.
What are you even doing here?
She comes to all of your meetings.
This is my assistant.
Sizing you up.
Notes.
Yeah, she takes notes.
She's sizing you up, Remini.
secretary / bodyguard for T-Bar. But yeah, she stamps out. She's like, God damn, they're just gonna attack the place anyway. We could have told them that like a week ago. And she's just grumbling and walking.
Is Austin or San Antonio the place we don't want to go?
San Antonio. Isn't that where you guys drop the truck?
I thought it was Austin.
I thought it was San Antonio.
I thought it was San Antonio also.
Let
That's 2
me
against 1.
check our other map because I have it still right here and I didn't delete it because I'm lazy. San Antonio.
Okay.
Can we pass through Austin and I have Domino's Fixer help finding a pair of smart goggles with low light for 1,000?
Sure. I think, maybe.
That it's 500 and 500. You can
Oh,
do
then, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's-
and I trying to negotiate the price down.
Okay, go ahead and roll your barter.
I got a 15 on my first haggle for the first one. And for the second, I got a 20.
Alright, for the second one, you're able to get the discounted price. For the first one, that would be no. So
Okay.
500 plus, and that's going to be 500 times 0.9. So grand total will be $900.
Cool.
I think. Wait, hold on.
smart goggles.
I think 950.
Yeah. It's 10%, right? You get
What is going on
10%.
Yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
950. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't math. And thanks for stopping by, Stink Palm. Enjoy your family game night. And yeah, so you're able to get that haggled through, and you're able to get that sourced in that evening, Domino. That's what you
Sweet.
specialize in. And so Zamanon truck comes by, and then they literally just throw a box out of the side of it, like, fuck you! Middle of nowhere, and they continue driving on, and the box tumbles, and it has the two items. It was same night delivery
Sweet.
from Zamanon. So yes, you now have access to that. We
On that same shipment, could I try to get some insulated wiring for my cyber deck?
how much is that?
Probably not.
100 Eurobucks.
Oh, then yeah, because I don't even need to. That's not even a source one.
Yeah, that's not even a problem with sourcing. Yeah, so that'll be 90 eddies. And they're the wires are tangled around these goggles that Mojo purchased. As the box rolled out, everything just kind of got mixed together. But yeah, you're able to pull them out.
Hey, at least we didn't offer, try to get kibble Nutella.
I don't even want to know
Kibitella?
what the active ingredient of kibble Nutella would be.
Kibitella?
Kibitella, there you go. Oh, Stink Palm, that's the next one we can add in. Kibitella. Put that in the next supplement. Delicious, brown, and filling. Everybody just wants to scoop their hands in.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, yeah. John, I can see your face. It's like,
Speaking of Stink Palm and his +2s, thank you. Thank you also for Medicine Red, and I noticed that Rob and Stink Palm are doing a deep dive into the Medicine of Red tomorrow.
Yes, I was going to mention that at the end of our stream. I just made
Awesome.
up the advert for them, so yeah. Oh, Rob beat me to it, damn it. Okay, you already posted it there in the chat, yep.
That's why I mentioned it, because he dropped it in the chat.
Yes, so Rob and Stink Palm will be doing their deep dive tomorrow. Sadly, it's at 1 p.m. PT. Yeah, I'm going to be sleeping and getting ready for midterm exams because it's 3 a.m. my time. But if I can make it to your guys' video, I will try to jump in. So yeah, we've got this Zamanon box tossed over. You've got your two items that Mojo had requested. We had the one from from Remy's request. Is there anything else you guys are doing for the evening? Or are we going to fade to black as T-Bar walks into his office with that crusty magazine?
That and get a good night, early night sleep. Wake up early.
You officially got a kill with that one, right, T-Bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we all suffered
Yeah.
some humanity loss.
Yes, that was it. Right, yeah.
Yep.
Oh. All right. So, yeah, T-Bar pulls the magazine out of his sock, shoe and sock, just and unrolls it as he walks into his office. The glass tints dark, and we fade to black for the next morning. It's about it's about 2 a.m. You guys are about 2 hours out of the location for driving. So it's about 2 a.m. Or you guys can start up at midnight. What would you prefer to do?
Let's start at 1.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 a.m. There we go. So you got 3 hours.
That way we can
before
do an
that
hour
shift
of recon.
change. Yeah. And what's going to happen for our vehicles? What's our split going to be?
I am definitely taking the bus.
The bus.
And
I'll be there too.
T-Bar, do you want to take your AV, or do you want to risk against the
Yeah.
anti-air, or
I'm not afraid of anti-air missiles.
okay? And Calamity, do you want to ride, or do you want to take your bike?
Bike's in the shop. It's in pieces right now. So it's being redesigned. I'm
So-
gonna be on the party bus.
Okay. Cool.
Mojo will ride the bike.
Okay.
It's already a, blacked out military style vehicle bike anyway. And he does have front mount machine gun anyway.
Do you want to take your bike, or do you want to take the Bloaty's car?
He'll take the bike.
Okay.
And for Calamity, the your shop work to get rid of the paint job, is that what you were referencing?
No, it's going from what it was when you showed it on stream a few weeks ago, and it's being reskinned and redesigned to blend in more with local PD. So it's gonna be skinned like a torpedo.
Okay. When it comes to that, what I wanted to ask is, do you want to have the military vehicle camo on your vehicle? It's a rank 1. And that could be applied overnight, and you could have access to it for right now.
I'll ride on the party bus.
Okay. All right. So on the bus, we've got Remy, we've got Domino, we've got Calamity. In the AV,
Ain't no party
we've
like an
got
explosion education party.
T-Bar.
Bus.
Is anybody going with T-Bar?
The skeleton.
T-Bar and
Sounds
Skelly.
always
Okay. And we've got Mojo going solo on the motorcycle. All right. And I'm gonna place Jack in the bus. Oh wait, T-Bar, do you and Jack get along or no?
I don't recall us having any issues.
Okay, then he'll be in the AV. That way we can spread this out a little bit better. So T-Bar, Jack, and Skelly in the AV.
Strumming his guitar.
Yeah. In the new song that he just composed about staring into the lifeless eyes of existential dread. He stared into the void, and the void stared back. Unblinking. So we've got our nomads in these different locations. T-Bar, are you bringing She-Bar with you, or are you leaving her?
I will leave her there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to double check.
Just because our base is so far from where they are and the way the rules for backup works, my two backup will ride on the party bus as well, but they will stay in the outskirts until I roll back up and call them in.
Well, they have access to their own vehicle.
Yeah, but it's
they've
2 hours
got the
away.
bloaties there.
No, I'm saying
away.
like they can literally drive in their own vehicle and have that outside of the floaties place.
Okay. They just stay within
Range.
6 turn. Yeah.
Somehow bolting, the car goes through the ground and through the stone, blasts through the wall. We're here. Just the little micro car that T-Bar got, that somehow it just made its way through all of that solid stone and shale. So yeah, the lot of you start heading out. You said it's you wanted to move out about 1 a.m. We've got Remy, Domino, Calamity inside of the party bus. We've got T-Bar, Jack, and Skelly in the AV, and Mojo driving solo on their motorcycle.
That's Father Skelly. He has the priest thing.
Ah, Father Skelly, right. Thank you for the reminder. So we have Father Skelly with so yeah, the lot of you start heading out. What I would like our drivers to do right now, so it's going to be Domino, T-Bar, and Mojo. For the three of you, please roll me a 1d20. Just flat 1d20. All right. So it looks like that's Domino. Okay. Looks like Domino. So as you are driving, you're on these kind of like back roads where you're passing Austin. You see a kid waving you down from the side of the road.
Quick,
I
shoot.
pull over.
So you pull over, the little side doors open. You can see that this kid. What vampire? You're muted.
Don't pull
Yes,
over
I
for-
know it's 1 a.m.
Not pull over for a kid.
So
Stranger danger.
I gotta respect the school bus.
yeah.
Dominic,
Stranger
you
danger.
know this isn't actually a school bus, right?
Yeah. Hello?
Covers the camera. So this kid looks up. He's like, "I've been waiting for mommy and daddy for 6 hours, and they didn't come pick me up after soccer practice. Can you take me home, Mr. School Bus Driver?"
Ooh.
Call them a combat cab.
Yeah, we'll call you a cab.
But cabs are dangerous. School buses are safe. That's what mommy always said.
Then stay here, kid.
Tell you what, if they're not back when we come back through, yes, I will pick you up and give you a ride back. But right now, I have people that aren't going to be safe for you to be around right now. And when I come back, if you're still here, I'll give you a ride back to home. Okay?
You see this kid. He's just looking up at you. He's just, I just wanted to go home.
If I were to pick you up right now, I wouldn't be able to take you home for at least another few hours.
He just starts crying quietly, and he
On another
backs
note,
away
if you
from
were-
the school bus stop.
We're
I
abandoning
close the door
a
and keep
kid
going.
on the side of the road at 2 in the morning, in
Uh,
the middle of the desert in Texas.
Actually, you guys are just on the outskirts of Austin. So yeah, you're abandoning a young child who was left over from soccer practice at roughly 1:30 a.m. in the middle of this area.
Did we
Number
abandon
one,
him,
the
or
liability.
did his parents abandon him?
Exactly.
Yes.
Daddy went out.
I'm in the air, so I don't even.
I pause. I open the door. I'm like, get on here, kid.
Really?
We're not going to your house right away, but this way you have a place to sit. There's going to be a lot of gunfire and it's going to be loud, but it's in Texas, so I figure you're used to that.
Yeah,
You're playing babysitter.
He looks back at Calamity, and he'll be the babysitter, and looks over at Remy. Remy, what were you just asking?
You packing heat?
The kid looks up and he's like, "Oh, heat? I have a caliente sauce," and you see him pull out like a little container of like those little Tabasco bottles. It's like, "I got heat."
And I close
No,
the door.
kid, are you packing iron?
What's iron?
Asking if you have a gun.
A gun.
Take your
Oh.
seat. Close the door.
The kid runs back, sits down in one of the open seats, and he's like, gun. Opens up his backpack, starts going through, and you see him pull out what seems to be like a sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun, and he's just like, "Yeah, Daddy gave this to me for stranger danger."
Good. Don't use it on us, or you won't get home.
Well, you're the babysitter, so why would I hurt the babysitter? That's not stranger danger.
Exactly. So, and we'll start going.
And you see him kind of waving the gun up towards the front. He's like, "And that's the bus driver?" And he turns and he points this thing straight at Remy, and he's like, "But who are you?"
I'm the supervisor.
What's that mean?
I'll just make sure everyone on the bus is safe.
Oh, so you're like
He's
a
the
policeman.
superintendent. He's the superintendent.
No, what?
What's a super tender? Is that like a big tendy?
It's the same. It's the same thing. Look, too many questions. Too many questions. Let's go.
But
I
stranger
started
danger.
driving.
Sit down and shut it. Let's go.
Okay. You see him just kind of put this little kid who's probably like 7 or 8 years old just kind of places this sawed-off shotgun on their lap, and they're just kind of like dejectedly sitting there, still shivering a little bit from standing outside. But yeah, they sit down and they shut up. So yeah, you now have a 7-year-old in your bus. Actually, hold on one second.
7-year-old.
1d10. Let's find out, how old is this child. They are in fact 6.
Okay, so we kidnapped a 6-year-old.
Technically, yes.
Who's we? Because I didn't let this child in.
He asked for a ride. It's not kidnapping if they're wanting help.
That's not how the authorities will.
You're the superintendent here. You're the one who is supposed to be ensuring the safety of everybody on the bus, so you are, of course, very culpable. And so is the babysitter. But yeah, Mojo, you see the school bus slow down and stop. You see the little door open. The stop sign comes out. There seems to be a very, very small child walk up to the side of the bus, and then they climb on after about a minute. You see the doors close again, and the ATV, the APC continues rolling on the party bus. So now you see a very young-looking child walking onto the bus.
By the way, where is your house for when we do take you home?
Oh, I live in north side Austin, and he gives you an address. Unless you somehow have knowledge of Austin, you don't know the exact address, but you could try to do a library search.
And my fixer just gives me more local. It gives me local languages and lingo.
Yeah.
I think.
Not
Okay.
knowledge of areas.
Not. All right. But he gave us an address, and I say, hey, Remy, can you write that down and make sure that we can get him home after this? Out of curiosity, is it on the way?
It would be roughly on your way, less than like a 2-minute deviation. Could just
Let's
be
do
heading
it.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And so we'll go ahead and that way he doesn't have to go through the whole gunfire thing. And again, we left an hour early so we'd have time, and this is like going to be a 5-minute stop. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, after a few minutes, T-Bar, you're noticing that Domino's going completely off route. He'd stopped. He's completely off route. Jack's just like, what the hell are they doing? And
Yep.
staring out the window. It's like, oh, I don't think Father Skelly would approve of this.
Who has radio comms?
I think everybody.
I do.
Yeah, all three
We're gonna
vehicles.
be on now, cussing Domino out. What the hell are you doing?
Ensuring the safety of our youth.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Just get.
I'm dropping him off at his house. It's on the way. It's like a 2-minute detour.
Get caught up.
The little boy in the back says, why is he saying naughty words on the radio? I thought they couldn't do that on radio.
He earned that privilege.
Oh.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Okay. Immediately
Adult
puts,
talking here.
puts his hands up, covers his ears. Yeah, you take him and go ahead and give me a library search, please.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Or somebody else can give me a library search. It's a +2 if you have your agent.
Yeah, I gave the address to Remy to look it up.
Yeah.
So we brief the little kid on what a combat roll is. We slow down to a crawl and we pitch him out.
No, I have a stop. I have to come to a complete stop when I put that sign up, when the lights come on.
Fun fact, the sign will only come out if you are in a parked position in the gear shift.
Well, if we open the rear hatch.
Then it actually initiates the emergency brakes on the systems. I have a friend who is a bus driver, so I learned a lot about this before I got my busing license.
Yeah, but this is not an actual school bus. This is an APC.
Is it?
I had it fully modified to.
Either way, let's go.
I did
All
all
right.
the bells and whistles.
Yep. Remy, you beat the DB. Yeah, you're able to get there. You get up to this area in North Austin. You can see that these places are like kind of McMansions. And you drop the kid off in front of one of these little McMansions. He stands up. He's like, "Oh, this is my house. This is my house. Thank you, Mr. Bus Driver. Bye, babysitter. Bye, super tender." And he gets up. He takes the sawed-off shotgun, puts it back into his backpack, and runs up to the front door, waiting for the little thing to open up.
Okay. Let him out.
All right, and he climbs out. You see him run up to one of these gates, and he stands in front of the gate. There's a biometric scanner, and then it opens for him, and he starts running up the path, and it starts closing.
I drive off.
For Domino, Remy, and for Calamity, go ahead right now and roll me 1d6. All right, Domino, Remy, and Calamity, you have all just improved your humanity score, so you can add that to your humanity.
Wait.
You just rescued a young child in the middle of nowhere who was in desperate need of help. So, back en route. A lot of you are heading out towards the site, and we're going to take a bio break here. I'm in need of going to the bathroom. We're going to take our bio break. When we get back, we will take a look at what is going on with this Bloaty's facility that hasn't seemed to been fully operational in what could only be assumed is roughly 20 to 25 years, and it still has an advertisement about the issues of the carbon plague. What the hell? So, we'll see all of you folks in just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. I'm gonna leave the mics hot. Alright, our mics are still hot. If you guys want to talk, go for it. We've got our 11 out of 10 side quest. Hell yeah! I mean, it's literally, it took 6 minutes. It was adorable for a moment. We found out that this kid has a fucking shotgun, and they got humanity out of it. So, you know, win-win.
Yeah, right. You guys just caught that black carbon plague. The kid was a kid. He wasn't wearing a mask.
God, that would be horrible.
It is infected.
Negative plot twist.
I actually had all of you roll for that. So, Chuggy, you were almost the one that that got an event happening to you. So each of you had a chance of running into something. Yeah.
Well, if there was a kid up in the sky, I would have definitely.
It wouldn't have been a kid.
If he was flying next to me.
Haven't you ever seen what is it, Bright Bad or whatever?
Exactly, I would have took off. I wouldn't have fucked with that little kid. I'll be like,
around on a weather balloon.
go smoke a cigarette.
Vital.
McRadicus burn his house down.
Yes. What was it? Brightburn?
Yeah.
Brightburn. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you see the little kid from Brightburn just floating right next to your vehicle. Fuck this.
Dee Mao.
Alright, I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Shotgun Timmy might have to be a future character concept for me.
$7:20. That means it's 4:20 out in California. Enjoy. If that's something you do. If not,
Yes. Yes, I do burn trees. But unfortunately, my house has smoke detectors, and I have to step outside in order to blaze.
Oh dear. Wait, where did my...
On another note, we could have used that kid as a decoy.
Yeah.
Sent him inside. Hey, your mommy and daddy are inside. Go and ask the nice people to let you in.
I think if you would have done that, you would have lost humanity instead of regained it.
Yeah. I'm a fairly productive school bus at this point, considering we've given 2 kids rides homes.
It was probably the same kid.
No, it wasn't, because the other one was up in Dallas, I think.
How do you know?
Because I was there.
The kid could get around.
Hey, let's not talk about his personal life.
The kid could know, but the bus service, and I don't know. But could you imagine if we actually did just slow to a crawl, and he actually did PLF out of the freaking bus?
And Ratty, it's just the best type of Soylent that there is. Everybody should have one. I mean, that's why it's so rare to come by.
Okay, Timmy.
Such long lines.
Okay, Timmy. Now remember, when you jump out of the bus, feet and knees together.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Knees and toes.
It's gonna be more like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, and Ratty, in this environment, it's actually kibble green. Either that or Soylent kibble.
Soylent kibble. Did you know, though, in the real world, there is a nutritional supplement called Soylent? And
Yes.
they do have a green package in addition to their blue and I think yellow.
Yes.
So those of you that are gonna jump on with me for my campaign, I would suggest you do make luck. You do emphasize luck.
Yeah.
There's many ways to die. More so in
Yeah.
space.
Well, I mean, they don't have milk for coffee. Here, you scream.
Please, no more nukes. Although, like like putting around in space, you're gonna be strapped to a freaking nuclear reactor.
So, in the timeline that 2020, Red, and 2020 and 2077 exist, the carbon plague ran for about 2 weeks in 2020. In the V3 timeline of Cyberpunk, it continued on and created Cybergen and stuff like that. But yeah, the carbon plague was just short and deadly.
Kidding. Never got around to getting my cyber pets. I wanted to get a pair of hyenas and name one Lou and one Bud.
Hey, I bite.
Very
And
nice.
that's how he became, and that's how he joined the backers.
The what? The who what? Okay.
V.
Depending on which life path
Yeah.
you choose.
I mean, the only one that matters, the one where he was a backer.
And absolutely why he left the backers when they tried to join Snake Nation.
Yep. Because of us.
Mm-hmm. %. I accept this headcanon as well.
Yep.
Kitty! Stream can't see it right now, but there's a very pretty kitty getting a lot of love.
You don't get to leave yet.
So jealous. I want a fur baby so bad.
Oh, Cap, the pause screen will be right back screen does not update or did not update the chat at all while we were out.
That is actually because of the weird issues with OBS. Same thing with like the Discord videos. The Discord always has to be on top. It does not update the chat if the chat is behind the OBS, and I simply forgot to click. So, oops.
So our VOD won't know what we were talking about with the V headcanon.
No, well, they can see it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I see it.
Alright, we got everybody back in. Let's switch back over. There we go. So, yes, while we were on break, we had some V headcanon accepted. Turns out this was Little Timmy, and Little Shotgun Timmy has decided to, in the future, head over to Night City in 2077 and start their career as an edgerunner under the moniker of V. So congratulations, you just gave this kid the weirdest encounter of his life that will lead him to becoming, well, the host to Johnny Silverhand. Spoiler warning, if any of you haven't played, yeah. I don't think anybody in our chat, though, is unaware of what happened, but whatever. All right, so we are now outside of this area. You have now entered that little circle of this radius here. Do any of you have? Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up our supplement. Do. I think all of you have it. Yeah, communication system. You guys all have comm systems. We just talked about that.
Yep.
All right, so For each of you, go ahead, for our drivers, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Hey, not too bad.
All right. Yeah. So each of you is each of you are able to hear it as you hear this very kind of faint noise come through your comm system, and you hear what sounds to be a warning. It's like, "This is protected airspace. This is protected airspace. Please turn around and leave." This comes in over your comm systems. What are we going to do?
I guess being in the military, I've flown in areas like this before. I guess I was gonna take whatever measures I would need to take to try to remain undetected while I was there.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a pilot check, pilot air vehicle check. As you swoop down very, very close to the surface and maintain your maintain altitude without hitting any obstacles. It's going to be a DV-17.
Should theoretically not be able to fail that unless I roll a 1.
Theoretically.
Flying,
All right. Yeah.
flying NOE in the city is kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got a 27. You're able to maintain altitude. Literally, you're hovering right above where Mojo and Domino are driving. You are literally right above them, kind of in the middle. And the signal itself, you can still hear the static coming over the radio, but you no longer hear that warning coming through. I have a roll here from Mojo for tactics. What are you looking for?
Based on that warning, trying to leverage the best approach for all of us to take. Should we switch to another channel, make sure that the scramblers are on, since all radio comms units that are vehicle based come with the scrambler descrambler? Just trying to make sure that we are going in as silent as possible.
So you,
from a tactical perspective.
Yeah, you would know from. Yeah, you'd know from the tactical perspective at this point that you guys have, or at least the air vehicle has already been spotted, but is most likely no longer on their radar. With the static coming through, you can hear that they no longer are fully detecting. So you can stay on the same channel, you can switch channels. But the warning stopped, there's still a little bit of static coming through. That's it.
Mojo will do hand signals to say follow me and point to T-bar to rise, to climb back up, turn around and go back out, and then drop down and come back in. And that's what Mojo's going to do, and hopefully people follow.
Okay. Domino, are you going to follow his vehicle?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Mojo.
Okay. And T-Bar, are you gonna take the advice, go up, back into the airspace, turn back around, and then drop down?
I guess.
All right. Go ahead and give me another piloting check. This one's going to be DV-19. DV-29. Okay, yeah, you're able to knock that out. After literally just a couple of seconds, you see him pull back. He's able to get all the way back outside of that space. You hear that same warning come on over your radio. This is protected airspace. Please leave immediately, and you fly out of it until the static stops, and then you roll back in under the radar coverage and roll back in. And you're able to catch back up with them. Right now it is about 3 a.m. And so a lot of you are outside of this facility. You don't really see much to anything on the horizon. It's the middle of the night / morning, but with a little bit of the moonshine that you can see coming from the sky. Yes, I know you've got your goggles. With some of the moonshine coming in, you can see a faint outline of what looks to be like a single-story building that has some weird structures attached on the sides of it. And with the goggles, go ahead and roll me a perception check, because you got your night vision. You're able to see, it looks like this building itself, it looks like it's in some kind of, part of the building is under some kind of old-fashioned quarantine tent, something that you haven't seen in probably 20, 30 years. You're giving me a very weird look.
Yeah, no, it's in character.
Okay.
I'm not giving you a weird look.
Okay.
I'm giving the situation that I'm seeing a weird look. Mojo will pull off the road, kill lights. Actually, I was assuming that I was driving without lights since I got the goggles on. And kind of, yeah, it's time to stealth in. But I want to do it without vehicles, I think. That's what Mojo's going to do.
Okay.
Kind of point out what he sees if anybody else stops and gets out.
Yeah, I'll stop, and I'm not gonna turn off the bus, but I'll. Hey, what's going on?
It's a weird structure up there. An old biohazard tent. Haven't seen that since before the war.
Okay. So
The
what do you want to do?
outside's very abandoned, but if they had the signal going for airspace, this place is probably lined with who knows what. So I'd rather go in on foot personally. Less chance of detection.
Like do a scouting thing in person and then going guns blazing once you know the detail, or just full on stealth?
I suppose that depends on what we figure out when we get down there.
Do you want us to come with it, or do you want to?
I'm not great at sneaking. I mean, I'll be honest, but I feel like we should scope and scout the area first.
Hey, Calamity. How
Yep.
good at you are being super stealthy in recon and coming back and letting us know what you see so that we know what to expect? And would you want to do that as a group or solo?
I've got a stealth of 4.
I don't think Calamity was really a stealth build.
I don't think any of us were.
Yeah, I have a stealth of 4. I have a total of plus 11 to stealth.
Yeah. My base is 9, so
Slip in.
How do I have a base of 10?
Mm-hmm.
I could do some recon.
I mean, if we're all pretty close to the same stealth, let's
go together so that we're not. Well, hey Remy, how stealthy are you?
I've been known to sneak about a little. I have the basic aid.
All right. So why
Sure,
don't
follow these.
how about this? The four of us try to sneak our way in, and T-Bar, because you have an APC and can get to us quicker than we could in any of the land vehicles, why don't you stay behind to give support if we need to do a quick escape of our scouting bit, and we'll sneak in, assess, and then we'll come back and we'll either go in guns blazing or we'll pull you out to also go on a stealth sabotage mission. How's that sound?
Yeah, what is
I
the
shrug.
time?
And I say, yeah, I was just waiting for when you tell us to separate. So let's yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So
In-game time check.
In-game time check, it is about 3:30 a.m.
okay, and land distance about how, or moving over land, about how long would it take us to get down to the facility to scout and then come back?
On foot, doing that would take you about 20 minutes.
Okay, so so we would be able to get down, scout for about a little bit, and then come back with enough time for the shift change. And then we could hit.
It's possible.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. So yeah, the lot of you start on your way for sneaking. Everybody, go ahead and roll me a sneak.
I would like to use one of the +2s from chat.
All right.
I'll snatch one of those up too.
Okay, one from Dash, one from Stinkpalm. Anybody else want to take a +2? I see Mojo has his face in his hand. What did Mojo do? Oh my god, Calamity. Alright.
Can I use luck to
Living up to
reroll?
their name.
That's Fallout, sorry.
Do we have two?
We do not have another 2 +2s in chat. We only have one left.
Wait.
So
Hold on.
I get to describe this. Oh. All right.
You get to describe it. Okay, go for it. What happens?
Well, I thought you wanted to leave the critical fail stuff to us.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm sticking to the shadows and like that, trying to stealth in. I'm kind of bounding. Okay, with my freaking cyber leg upgrades, and I freaking stumble and inadvertently combat roll in the freaking wall, making a freaking ruckus.
All right. So yeah, that actually is roughly about what I was what I was thinking of in my mind as well, is that you literally just, it's the middle of the night, you're not wearing these night goggles, you can't really see all that well, and so yeah, combat rolling into the side of the building, that sounds perfectly fine to me. So yeah, the lot of you get on up and you're able to get up to the building, and you have Calamity, and all of a sudden, bam, right into the side of the wall. So yeah, you hit that wall. The lot of you are now outside of this facility.
Does anyone come out to investigate?
Yeah, nothing has happened thus far. Nobody's come outside. You do not really hear much to anything other than the wind itself. This kind of empty breeze in the over the dry desert, pretty much, and the flapping of this old like pre-Fourth Corporate War quarantine tent out in the front of the building. You don't really hear much to anything. As for seeing, go ahead and roll me perception checks. Oh my god, we keep getting all of these wonderful crit fails. Holy crap. Save those crit fails for the Fallout. 2 crit successes, yes.
success, yes.
Redeemed myself.
Yes, you have redeemed yourself with a crit success.
29.
All right.
Did we get to the correct location? Is this where the facility that we're trying to?
Looks like a triage tent.
What Calamity said. What you see there is you see this building itself. It was definitely at one point in time designed to be a bloaties, and you can see that inside through these very stained and kind of rundown windows. That inside you've got this like sun. What do they call that? Sun scorched, sunburned when things lose color from being out in the sun.
Sun bleach.
Weather
Sun bleach. There we go.
bleach.
Yeah, you see like some of the, or you see all of the furniture inside that's closest to the windows has been sun bleached, literally to like whiteness almost. And the indoors of this area looks completely and totally untouched. The outside of the building itself, you see that the building seems to be in perfectly fine repair. There's no damage to the place. There's no broken windows. There's no broken doors. But there is this, what did you call it? The what tent? Triage tent, like the CDC style triage tent out front, on the front entrance of the building that Calamity had accidentally crashed right next to, almost hitting the tent itself. That's what you folks are able to see. The building still looks locked up. The building looks like it doesn't have any broken glass. The exterior has been maintained, but the inside is sun bleached.
Are we at the right spot, guys? This doesn't look anything like I saw in the blueprints.
Yeah, Mojo's going to try to pay attention to all the doors in any of the buildings and add-ons, any ingress or egress points, looking for signs of recent use, looking for tracks in the dirt and sand type stuff, trying to figure out where the actual entrance to the underground is.
So are you staying in the position that you are at right now, or are you walking around the building? Because you guys came in on against the side of this building.
Creeping around.
Okay.
Mojo's going to be using the tracking skill and looking everywhere.
Okay. So yeah, you're using your tracking. Go ahead and roll that. You're gonna use your tracking and see if you can find any tracks in the dirt. And yes, combined with your successful perception, you're able to go over pretty much like this back area where they have like the Bloaties docking bay where they'd always drop everything off. You can see that there's tracks that come from there that go onto this kind of gravel road that lead back to the main road. You can see footprints and footsteps in that area. It seems like this is the only part that has been of any form of active use. It's the delivery bay in the back.
Places near here?
It is. I don't have a thing for the other one. So the building is mostly just a gigantic square shape. The loading bay in the back is pretty much just this additional little square on the back. So you guys could hide over here because the loading bay comes out down here. If you wanted to wait there.
No, like debris, brush, or anything that would make good visual cover?
Not really, no.
Alright, so do we want to go grab our vehicles and blow these doors off and then drive in and do what we need to?
Let's... Oh, I'm kind of wishing that we would have started earlier and hit them at the end of their shift instead of when the shift changes.
I'm sorry, I stopped for the kid.
The people coming in, they're going to be waking up and stuff, but they're going to be fresh. This is the shift that they're used to.
That'd be fresh and dead.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide the vehicles before the shift change. So let's wait till after the shift change, and then we'll blow the doors off. Wait till all the old people are out and gone. Waste extra time, but it's better than halfway down we get new crowd coming in.
That makes sense.
All right, so
So
you guys are
back to
gonna
the
wait,
vehicles.
or go back.
We're gonna go grab our vehicles, then come back, and then wait for the shift change to fully finish, and then blow the roof off this.
Nowhere for us to hide our vehicles this close, so we're gonna have to be on the opposite side of the building. Let's park our vehicles where we can survey the whole thing, but not near the dirt road that we saw coming in, and not near the main road.
Okay.
And then we're all off-roaders.
Yep.
I mean, one literally
That
is like a
sounds good.
non-rotor.
Yeah.
Was that Calamity?
How tall is the building?
It's a single floor, just one story.
I'm gonna jump up and I'm gonna post up on the roof.
All right, go ahead and give me a. I don't think there's a jump check. I think it's athletics check.
Yeah.
DV 15. You clear it without an issue. Yeah, you just kind of and with your fucking legs, you're able to boost your way up and literally jump up onto that up to the roof itself.
Survey around where I landed and see if there's any cameras. If there are, I'm gonna take them out.
All right. You have two choices right now. One, you can give me a perception check. The DV will be higher, or you can give me a electronic security check.
I'll do the electronic security. Actually, are there cameras up? Oh, let me do the check.
Yep, I need you to do the check.
Go ahead and grab a +2. We've got 3 right now, or 4.
What was the DV?
DV was 15.
Okay. Yeah. Can I take the +2?
Yep, so this will be one from Stink Palm and one from Violent Neon. So we have one left in our chat. So yeah, that brings you above the DV. You notice that on top of this building where you're at, like, you had not seen it prior, but literally installed on top of this building, there's probably about 3 or 4 dozen cameras. And these seem to be pointed in literally all 360 degrees of this building around the corners. They don't have lights on them that would have indicated easy sight from underneath. They seem to be pretty well disguised, but you find a couple dozen of them.
I'm gonna time it, and like as they're panning, and jump down.
You want to jump back down?
Yeah, because if I stay up here, there's there's a pretty good fair possibility I'll be detected if they already haven't detected me. Which, if they did, then there'd probably be some type of a reaction. So I'm gonna time the panning of the security cameras if they're oscillating, and jump down in their blind spot.
That's what I was about to say, is that these are stationary, or at least from what you can see, they're stationary cameras.
Yay.
So you can just jump back down.
Actually, I'm gonna radio these guys. Looks like we've been detected. There's a good possibility there's cameras up here.
There's a possibility there's cameras, or there's a possibility we've been detected.
No, there's cameras up here, but there's a good possibility that I was already detected.
Well, crap.
I vote for just make an entry.
Let's hit it.
All right, let's go.
Ram the building and say knock knock.
Yeah, let's go get our vehicles and do this right.
Oh,
Okay.
Mojo will leave his vehicle there and get on the bus. It's better. It looks like it's better built for ramming. I don't know if there's actually the impact bars or anything like that. The motorcycle might actually be more resistant to impact. I don't know. But it looks like the APC is. So Mojo will go with that and strap on his safety harness.
All right, so yeah, that's a good question. A, do you have ram bars?
No.
Do you have safety harnesses?
Yes.
Okay, what stage?
3.
Okay, so you've got full safety harnesses. So yeah, the APC can totally ram in against either like the wall of the building, or you can go in, try to break through the garage entrance in the back, because it's one of those like rolling metal door things that you see on garages. Or you also have T-Bar, who has weapon systems that fire like fucking rockets that could blow it up without damaging your vehicles. It's up to you.
I'm thinking rocket the door, and then we'll drive in, and then just guns blazing on the inside. Are you good with that, T-Bar? I say over my comms when I get back to him.
Radio sign.
Yeah, I guess. And then I go back to doing some lines with Father Skellington.
All right, go ahead and roll resist torture and drugs. And Jack is going to be joining you.
Am I gonna get more addicted?
No, this is just to see if the primary effects last. Pull up Jack. Alright, character sheets. Let's go to our skills. Resist, torture, and drugs. Oh my lord, he does not have very much. All right. Yeah, so it looks like both of you are now fucking, you're set. You're pretty fucking high. So yeah, the both of you take synth coke with Father Skelly, and you're ready to go. Calamity, do you jump down from the roof and go with everybody back to the party bus, or are you gonna stay up on the roof?
I'm gonna stay up on the roof. They've already seen me. I'm gonna take a bump before the fireworks go off.
Go ahead and roll resist torture and drugs.
If the cameras are in a ring around the perimeter of the building, viewing the outside, they're probably not seeing in the middle. So your best bet is probably standing in the middle of the circle of cameras.
17. You're high as hell. Well, so the cameras themselves. I think they explained it somewhere in the core rulebook. These aren't like the weird security cameras like the ones you find in like Blockbuster or 7-Eleven. These are like those little dome things. Because security
like
cameras... 1 second. Let me pull this up really quick, because this is part of like the whole
Sure
Netrunner
Calamity
thing.
wants to be on the building while I fire a bunch of rockets at it?
Oh, good point. All right, I will jump down then. Get a safe distance.
What kind of security do I need? Run across cameras, alarm file, observation cameras. So these observation cameras, these cameras can see low light, infrared, and UV report images for a demon or security personnel to act on. The default trigger is simply a target entering the area. and it takes a DV9 electronic security tech and 1 minute to encounter or counter each individual camera. So if you were to stay up there and try to fuck around with those cameras, you totally could, but it would take you well over half an hour to go from one to the next, the next, the next, the next.
Oh, I would just shoot them. I wouldn't try to bypass nothing.
And when it comes to the data on here, it says perception DB17 to spot the cameras, but these were like on the top rim of the building. That's why you guys did not see them from the first floor. Do you shoot the cameras before you go?
No,
No?
because T-Bar's getting ready to make our entrance.
Okay. So a lot of you run back to the vehicles. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, Calamity, to jump back down safely. All right, you're fine. Yep, you jump back down, superhero landing. And a lot of you run back to your vehicles. And yeah, so T-Bar, you are coked up, and Jack is coked up, and Calamity is coked up, and the three of you are high as kites and ready to go. The lot of you are inside of your vehicles and ready to go. What do you do?
I guess I'll fire 3 rockets into the building.
All right.
Near the doors.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
the
what I was about to
doors.
ask is,
Yeah,
are
I
you
guess,
targeting
yeah,
the doors or the wall?
The doors mainly.
Okay. And what kind of rockets are you using?
The ones that I have, I think they're mini rockets.
Let me pull that up. So are these the anti-tank rockets? Are they the small rockets?
The small rockets.
Okay. And you're going to fire 3, so you're going to clear out a pod?
I guess, yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll me a heavy weapons check. And remember, you have an AI or proto-AI system, right? T-Bar?
Yes, I rolled. I just rolled horribly.
Oh, hell, yes, you did. Wow, so that's a double crit fail. Yeah, so you fire off the 3 rockets, and these 3 rockets, one hits the quarantine tent in the front, one hits the side of the building, and one hits the side of the garage, and these things go off. Go ahead and roll 3 different sets of 66. So one set of 66, another set 66, another set 66. 21, 26, 26. All right, yeah. So the quarantine tent in the front, you completely fucking blast away. The tent itself has been literally like set on fire. The contents on the inside of it have been scattered. You can see that there was some form of like old school medical equipment, tables and benches that are now completely destroyed. The side of the building blasts in as your rocket hits for 26 damage, shattering all of the glass and blowing in what used to be just quietly, peacefully sun-bleached furniture is now heavily on fire. And then the last one hits the side of the garage, and you see the brick and concrete blast into the side of the garage as the top of it partially topples in.
Did it open the doors accidentally even?
The doors are still intact. Yeah, you hit the walls.
On the radio, I'll be like, Father Skellington hit the button on early this time. I'll fire it again, and I'll fire another 3 rockets.
All right. Go ahead and roll me another heavy weapons check, please. Would you like a +2 from chats? We have one left.
No, because I'll probably just roll a one again.
Oh god. No, you did not
Hey.
roll a 1. Let's see, what did you actually get? Was it a 2? An 8. Okay, solid, cool. Yeah. So the DB for this, is actually like a 15. So yeah, you knocked the shit out of that. Hilariously, you previously got a, what was that, a 4? So now you're at a 21. So the 3 rockets make their way over and hit the door. Go ahead now and roll me, what's 6 times 3? 12, 18. Roll me 18 d6, please. All right, yeah. So you blast through. I was actually hold on one second. So when it comes down to it, is that this door itself was made out of steel. Goodness, hold on. I was gonna pull up the page real quick. There we go. So the door here was made out of steel, and it was at 50 HP, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if he's gonna break it down. Yeah, not only do you break it down, but it seems to like tear the mechanism off of the roof itself, and it just goes bam, and this area is now cleared out. The roof has been torn off of this area, the doors have been shattered in, and you can see the loading bay of the actual restaurant now.
But the roof.
The roof is on fire.
Is it on fire? Okay.
We don't need no water. We're just gonna let this motherfucker burn.
Okay. And I will pull directly into this nice garage parking lot that he has helped facilitate for my bus to park inside, so that the turrets can have free reign of whatever's inside.
All right. So you pull into that wow, my brain. You pull into the rear loading bay area.
Oh yeah, I work it all the way inside that rear end loading bay.
All right. So yeah, we've got full penetration of the rear loading dock.
Yes.
I need you to give me a driving check to adequately maneuver your way into this tight space.
All right, I do it at a medium pace.
All right. Well, you can do it at a fast pace. You got a 29.
Yeah, no, again, gotta pay respect to Adam Sandler and do it at a medium pace.
Okay.
Just
So
like that shampoo bottle.
at a medium pace, you invade this rear loading dock and very comfortably and snugly park yourself in the back between the wreckage and destruction that T-Bar has wrought on this this door, and nothing happens.
It felt like a glove.
It looks like a glove, yeah. But nothing occurs. You can see inside this area, since you're there in the driver's seat. There's a door that looks like it goes into the actual building that has now been partially destroyed. There was this loading dock, and there's a couple of those little hand cart things that have been destroyed by T-Bar's blast. You see a computer terminal over in the back corner, and you see the controls that were once used for this this loading door, and some empty boxes that are quietly on fire. But nothing happens. There are no individuals in the space.
Well, thoughts?
There's a computer. We've
Yeah,
got our
Remy's-
hacker.
Remy's
Yeah,
scanner.
let's do that.
Try that again. I could not hear you, Remy.
I'm gonna run my scanner just to make sure this computer terminal is connected to the important stuff.
So it go ahead and run your interface. Just roll interface. And I'm going to steal Rob's rule for this. It's how many meters out you can detect. What's in the 1980s? So much for having a netrunner try to breach the architect. Hey, we got it now. Nomad's bombs 18. Oh, God, yeah. Math. What a pain in the ass. So graphic. It smells like a glove. Delicious. It smells like a shampoo glove. 9 meters out. So yeah, you ping this this computer, and the computer terminal, even though the screen is off, it looks like one of those old school CRT monitors, but the computer is actively connected to a network.
All right. Yeah, I'll walk over to that and jack in.
All right. Go ahead and, well, you don't need to roll interface because you're just pretty much turning on the computer. Are you going to try and interact with it, or do you want to interface with it?
No, I'm just going to interface with it, yeah. Jump right
Okay.
in.
Do you have interface plugs? Or are you just using your virtuality goggles?
Let me check. Yeah, I'm just using my goggles.
Hey, wait, I have a new complaint. What's the new complaint? What's wrong?
Putting lyrics.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you're using your virtuality
Forever,
goggles?
your priceless advice.
My priceless advice?
Yep. It's a band before your time.
Don't give me that shit. Being a bully. Alright, so we've got our netrunner. You are interfacing using the virtuality goggles. What's up?
I do have interface plugs, so
All
I'll
right.
use those.
So you're going to use interface plugs instead of the virtuality goggles?
Yep.
All right. So you are fully interfacing with this computer. You literally plug yourself into it. And what you can immediately detect as you come in is that there is a password, and it pops up in front of you, and it says access login credentials. The password on here is a DB10. Do you want to run any programs, or do you want to try and hack the password?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and backdoor it.
Oh yeah, backdoor it with your interface plugs. Woo! All right. Meats goes to defender.
In chat, by any chance?
Let me check. We have 1 + 2 from Stormwolf, so no. You attempt to get through this very first password, and the credentials that you tried typing in, they do not seem to work. You have a second net action that you can take. Do you want to try again?
Yeah, I'll just give it another whack.
All right, yeah, give it another whack. Backdoor it. You want to take a +2?
No.
All right. So your second net action, it gives you this this flashing screen on there. It says 1 remaining attempt before lockout. What do you want to do?
Let's just give it another shot.
Right?
Do we get a call?
We get a call?
Rob redeemed.
Oh my lord! What are you doing to me, Rob? Sure, you get a call.
At this time, Silver calls us.
Rob, you want to jump in and join us and give us a call or something? Is that what you're trying to do? I mean, you have access to our video chat. You can totally hop in. Or is this somebody else? Who we getting a call from? Because that is 10,000 points there. Tonight's game brought to you by all of the humor. So Rob,
It's
what's
She-Bar.
yeah, what's this called? It could be She-Bar, it could be Rob, it could be this weird fixer that She-Bar met a few years back named Kid, who knows? Could be a bunch of people. So who's giving them the call, Rob? And what are you doing in the meantime, Remy? What's your choice?
What's the worst that can happen? I'm just gonna give it one more shot.
I don't think that's a question you want to ask me.
He is holding that that negative plot twist close to the vest.
That's why you're.
So we're locked out now.
All right. So yeah, you try again to hack into this system, and it gives you this. Hold on one second. It gives you this this flash out on there, and then you hear this through your system. Oh, could you hear that properly?
I did.
All right. So hold on one second. For anybody else
Party.
in our
Raid.
Chat right now, or sorry, in our video right now, this is what was playing.
Security lockdown in effect.
Okay, so security
Thank you for the
lockdown
raid.
is now in effect, and yes, thank you folks very much for the raid. Holy crap, our chat is blowing up. Who raided us? The Lollygaggers. Thank you very much for coming on in. We've got our netrunner right now trying to break into a highly secured facility and failing every single time and not taking any +2s from chat. So there's now a lockdown in effect. On the move, can't hop in, go with She-Bar, maybe someone new from the player's life path. I've got those saved up right now, because there is something special that's going to be happening a little bit later. But yeah, T-Bar, you get a call from She-Bar. Your agent starts to ring.
I'll pick it up and like quietly. Yeah, She-Bar, this ain't a great time. Kind of busy.
She-Bar's like, well, when isn't a great time? I mean, like, we're all busy. I'm just trying to give you a hand.
All right, well, go ahead. Anytime now.
So you guys didn't grab all of your paperwork and documents. Like, you left them here scattered all over this flipping table, and I've been working on cleaning this mess up for like a fucking hour. I was supposed to go to bed hours ago.
You're my assistant. Don't yell at me.
You just hear this heavy sigh, and she's like, well, the reason I'm calling, I have, like, there's a sheet here that says, like, access information, and you guys just left it. Don't you need this?
Could you, take a picture of it and send it to me on my agent?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I was calling. Like, do you need a copy of it? So, of course, I'll send it through my... God. And you just hear a click as she hangs up the phone. And a moment later, you hear on your phone just a couple of little beeps coming through, and you see this picture show up on your phone that has a series of logins and usernames and passwords, literally in series. None of you had figured out what exactly that was. When it came to what our players had discovered from the facility established, 1918, the SFP that was next to it was a secure facility, and the P stands for password protected. So it was a secure facility and it's password protected. And so, yeah, Remy, you hear that alert that the lockdown was in effect, and Shebar calls in, sending you a pile of these different login pieces of info.
Oh, did she send it to him?
She sent it to you.
Well, I was gonna go over and pretend that I hacked it and tell him tell the password.
All right. So Remy, you start getting a phone call from your agent because you're still inside your AV. It was Domino who had parked inside of this garage area. So Remy, you hear a phone call incoming on your agent as you hear this lockdown in effect.
So I got to jack out real quick.
Yep.
And then I'll pick up the phone. What's up? Bean stood up a bit.
Well, no worries. I went ahead and hacked it after you got done, and I got the password, and I give him the information.
Yeah, good for you. It's not gonna do any good. We're locked out.
Can't the password unlock it?
You know how when you type in the password on your agent too many times, and then it, you can't type in the password anymore?
You have a password on your agent?
You don't?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Quickly opens security settings.
Well, I mean, shit. It'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking we
if,
just blow our way in.
If Shebar called me and gave me all the information, like, right after it was useless.
Sounds about like Shebar.
Wait, so
Wait,
did
I thought you said
Shebar
you
hack
hacked
it?
it.
Or... Yeah.
I did. I told Shebar to hack it, and then she said, "Don't worry about how I got the information. It's not important, I guess, at all."
You're not even close to this access point. I don't know.
Yeah, I got logged. What? It's don't matter.
Father Skelly helped. He's high on cocaine, okay? It's the benefit of the doubt.
So I guess, yeah. I guess might as well keep blowing our way up, blowing stuff up until we get all the way inside.
Guess
So
we go down now? Does...
Where?
hey, you're
Well,
in the loading dock.
Kind of access area.
I mean, did anybody bring a copy of the blueprints?
Yeah, you guys have the blueprints on hand, but the blueprints that you had seen, it's just a regular Bloaty's restaurant, and it shows the front of the restaurant, and it shows the back of the loading dock, and it looks like an average loading dock.
So it doesn't show us the inside where. So, well, let's fan out and try to find some stairs, I guess, because it's an underground facility.
Do you have a shovel?
No.
Well, underground facility seems like we should have brought a shovel.
Or that
Where
micro
do I
car that
find
can
the stairs?
burrow. So what are we gonna do? Are you gonna try logging back into the computer with the information, Remy, or
Let's
just
try
leave it
that.
be?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
I guess.
All right. So go ahead and give me interface. James Mojo
I'll
Douglas.
take a +2.
Holy shit! You don't need a Wait. Oh, sorry. That's Mojo.
I'm trying to find a way down.
Okay. Hold on one moment.
I'm trying to find a way down.
Yeah, so Remy, you log back into the computer, you hook yourself back in, you can see that there's that flashing thing on the top that says lockdown in effect, but the password and login box is still there. It never was taken down.
information then.
All right. Go ahead and use interface one more time.
Any more +2s?
We do have a +2. Yeah. This one comes from Stormwolf, who is also being super active in chat. So thank you, Stormwolf. All right, that is an 11. And so what comes in through your system? Let me turn this back up again. What comes in through your system is the following. All right, so lockdown has been lifted. And so you log in. The screen goes from red to green as the login credentials are accepted, and you move down past the past that password, and you're inside of this system, and you're fully plugged in. So for you, this feels like you're looking in real life right now. And what you're seeing all around you is something that you've never really interacted with before. It looks like there's literally just insane amounts of data flying all over the place. You have tons and tons and tons of information going on everywhere. And what you see pop up over your little avatar is the following statement that just pops up in text. It says, "Welcome to the net."
Guys, I can see the Matrix.
You are muted. Again.
Cool. How do we get downstairs and disable the security systems?
Patience, young Padawan.
Funny you are not.
So you have your second net action, and you are plugged into the net. So what are you going to do? You have your programs.
Just looking. I'm going to run a Pathfinder.
All right. Go ahead and run your interface with Pathfinder. Hot damn. Yeah, so the Pathfinder shows you where you need to go, and literally it directs you in a specific area. You can see what looks like a Bloaty's Pizza Hut. It's a 3D virtual representation of it, and you have a Pathfinder that goes straight into the back, and following it you get into what looks to be a wireframe structure of the building as it was roughly like 30 years ago, and you see that on this wireframe there's a computer that you are standing at right now, and right in front of you you can see a set of controls. Directly in front of you, those controls are the following. You see lift, you see fire suppression, you see lights, and you see open access.
Definitely going to try open access.
All right, so you click on open access, and how many net actions do you have? Are you at 2 or 3?
2.
Okay, so you click on open access, and Mojo, with your perception, what you see is that as he's interacting with this computer, there's literally a on the ground next to the APC, you can see this like metal slat just pull backwards as it shows down an illuminated set of lighting for a ladder that goes down underground, painted bright yellow with black stripes on it. And so that's what your perception is, because you got a 24. So excellent perception check.
And I don't know if you heard Remy, but he does have 3, not 2.
Remy has 3.
Net actions.
Yeah.
God damn, I give you guys way too much IP. How are you already at 3 net actions? Shit.
I don't know if you heard Remy, but he does have 3, not 2.
Remy has 3. God damn, I give you guys way too much IP. How are you already at 3 net actions? Shit.
3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3.
All right,
That's
what's your
the
third net
interface
action?
4 amount.
What's up?
I think all netrunners start with 3 at interface 4.
Well, he didn't start at interface 4. He had to work his way up from level 1. Because this is his second multi-class?
The first 3 classes are very inexpensive.
Yes. I maintain the fact I give you guys way too much AP. We're just gonna have to cut out the AP. There's no more. Sorry, IP. There's no more IP. Yeah, it's all gone. So, you still have 1 net action. You clicked on open access, and you can hear something outside of the net moving outside of where you're at. You have a third action to take. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move down a level.
OOC meta, oh my god, are you going to die? I see. Can you just get us in already? Pretty much. So you said you want to move down a level? There is no levels to move down. This is a wireframe structure that you are in. It looks like a wireframe 3D representation of the real world, and you can see a lot of that data, as I said, moving around up in the sky. So you have this building in front of you. There were controls out front for like the cash registers and stuff, but you went back to the computer because you used Pathfinder. The system itself, you just recently became a netrunner, but the system itself looks super ridiculously antiquated. This kind of stuff looks like it was made 20, 30, 40 years ago. And so there doesn't seem to be levels as of such.
I guess I'll just jack out, because I want to touch base with everyone else before I go wandering off.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me interface.
To jack out?
Yes. All right. So as you start to jack out, you can see that that literally your avatar in this 3D space, you start to kind of light up a little bit, and you are unable to jack out. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. You can see that that around your avatar, as I said, you're kind of like, you seem somewhat illuminated in this wireframe space. You can see as you're looking around, trying to figure out like, why the hell can't I jack out? Like, I shouldn't have to interface for this. You look up and you can see what looks to be a data stream coming down towards you, and you can see what looks like an upload progress bar.
Fantastic. What's everyone else doing?
Yeah, what is everybody else doing? I'm gonna let you sit and stew on that one.
Mojo has his AR pointed down the shaft where the ladder is, just in case somebody's coming up, and call out, "You got the door. Where's the security systems?"
I'll get out of the AV and draw my gun and edge towards where Mojo's standing.
Oh yeah, you're gonna edge in this tight space?
I don't want to run.
Always
Just
is.
stick to the edge.
Yeah, so the two of you look down, and this shaft is super long. It just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. it's illuminated. It's got these lights. Some of them are flickering little LED and neon lights that go very, very deep underground. And there seems to be what looks to be a step ladder that follows the extreme length of the shaft going.
Scout ahead.
Hmm?
Scout ahead.
Scout ahead. So you want to start? You want to enter the shaft?
Start climbing down.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll me an athletics check, please.
Climb, not slide, right?
I mean, you can slide down the shaft. You can climb down the shaft. It's your call.
Pervert.
It's your call. I'm not telling you what to do. Scout ahead on the Oh, Lord.
Doesn't look like they were able to handle that shaft.
Yeah, be careful when you grab a hold of the ladder. It might be slippery because it's, ribbed for our pleasure.
Yes.
Gonna try and catch myself.
So you try engaging with scouting ahead in the shaft, and as soon as you start going down on the shaft, you seem to slip on the the ribbed handholds. It does not seem to be very very suitable for your intents and purposes. You can try to save yourself by using a God, what would that check be? What would that be called? I know what I'd do if it was in Fallout, but I can't remember what it is in Cyberpunk for some reason. Hold on one moment. Pulling up a character sheet right now. You could give me a contortionist check to properly align yourself on this shaft without slipping all the way down it. All right. So you're able to kind of contort your way around. You loop your hand into one of the handholds, or you loop your arm up into it and stop yourself from just dead falling straight down. And you're able to stop yourself.
I was wondering if I could go down with Calamity, but if I could use like my grapple hand to like attach it to something and then lower myself down.
So you want to use your grapple hand to lower yourself down on the shaft?
There's enough space in the shaft to fit two.
Yeah, this is a one-person shaft.
He said it was super large. I mean,
no, super long.
It's super deep.
Yeah, it goes super deep. It's not very wide, but it's got the length.
It does have the girth. All right.
So once I catch myself, I attempt to go back down again.
Studded brand ladders. Oh my lord.
I will start to try to follow behind.
This is not a Magnum ladder, is it?
No.
Follow behind Calamity on the way down the shaft.
Alright, so Calamity, go ahead and give me another athletics check to properly... Oh, you did. Okay. 16, yeah. So your athletics ability, you're able to start getting down that shaft pretty adeptly. One hand after the next, after the next.
I'll ease my way in just after T-Bar does.
Okay.
Gently and slowly.
Alright, the lot of you are really filling the shaft up.
Yeah, we don't want to get stuck.
So, T-Bar, what did you say you were doing? You said you wanted to use your grapple hand and just lower yourself onto the shaft?
Yes. I'm only using the hand.
Okay. So yeah, you grab on like the corner. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Make sure that you have enough strength to lower yourself down the shaft properly with that.
Athletics or body? What?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, God, not strength. A body check. Got to check out that body, boy.
In the shaft.
On the shaft. There is no end to these sexual innuendos. So yeah, you're at a 12. You're able to lower yourself down at the correct space. You don't overcrowd Calamity. You don't want to crowd up the shaft. It would be very bad. But we have Domino. You said you wanted to very, very slowly ease your way into the shaft. The problem is that now T-Bar's hand and the grapple cord is now in the way going down this shaft. It looks almost like there's some kind of what are those called? Like the wires, like a suspension wire. There we go. Looks like a suspension wires getting in the way.
I thought you were gonna say a vein for a minute.
And I mean, it's not taking up that much space, so I'm sure I could just straddle it.
You could straddle if you like.
I'll
I'm gonna use
straddle
my
it
agent
carefully
and call
slide down.
Shibar. I want to file an EO complaint against the game master.
Oh, sorry. We can red card this. We can go zoom out to black and go to the veils if that's what's needed. Is anybody red carding me right now? You can red card it.
I was being funny.
I know. So yeah,
EO complaint.
you straddle this vein-like suspension wire and start to shimmy your way down the shaft. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
All right, I'm going to ease myself in there very slowly. So
Okay.
all right.
Yeah. So you're taking it a little bit slower than T-Bar. As T-Bar seems to be just kind of jumping straight into this and going full hog. And we have
just
Calamity.
thrusting himself down that shaft.
He's what?
To
He's
make
just
it
thrusting
weird,
himself into that shaft.
Yeah.
Domino, you don't make it weird by making noises.
So much physical action.
I mean, look, you got to respect the fact that T-Bar is the cream in our Oreo of the descension of the shaft.
Yes, he is the cream in between the bready sandwich layers. So T-Bar, you are descending. Calamity, you are you're doing it all by the handholds and you're going straight down. T-Bar is pulling himself down. Domino, you very, very slowly ease your way down the shaft. Mojo, what are you doing while the other three deal with all the shaft shenanigans?
Well, as soon as Calamity jumps in head first, starts descending, Mojo will definitely pivot to just be covering all entrances and exits to this area, the big gaping hole and any doors into the front area from the loading bay.
Yeah, there's many gaping holes in this area. You've got the gaping hole in the wall that was originally blown in. You also have the gaping hole that was the door that's also wrecked, and underneath Domino's wonderful children's school bus. And now you have this shaft that just descends straight down, this extremely long shaft that
I'm mostly
you
monitoring.
literally have to go like this to cover all of the different possible entrances and exits.
Oh yeah,
Jack's still there.
For everybody to be descended in that rope and then a hand to stop being attached to the head of the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Jack's still there, so
once everything is clear,
Yeah,
Mojo will go down.
especially since Jack is still there, you don't want to leave him shafted outside the shaft.
Yeah.
Mojo can cover the back and Jack can cover the front.
I think Jack would prefer the back. He's exploratory that way.
I can
We're
picture
all
Captain Mark
exploratory that way.
listening at home and smacking his palm against his forehead.
Like all of our members on your shaft girth length going down. Please stop.
Bloody.
Between
Oh my
the
god.
area of the store and the back area where we are, loading bay, Jack can cover that and then slide down the ladder after Domino, and then Mojo's going to wait till everybody's cleared and go down, but maintain a cover on the back area where the door and the side used to be.
Okay. Yeah, so Jack's there with you.
Oh, and Remy's still up here too. So
Yeah, well, Remy's still plugged into the computer, so I'm going over to Remy right now. Remy, what the hell are you doing? You seem to be in this wireframe space. You are actively what looks to be glowing or illuminated, and it looks as if something is processing its way to you. You're not sure. What are you going to do?
Huh. Well, that can't be good. Well, let's hope it's program. And a giant golden robotic dragon appears in front of me, bathed in electricity, and if it's a program, he's gonna try attacking it.
All right, give me 1 second. Got anti-program black ice. All right, so yeah, you res out the program, and what do you have the dragon do?
Attack the upload beam.
All right. Go ahead and roll interface, please. And you're going to add 6 to that total. All right. Yeah, so the dragon is able to successfully breathe this digitized fire against this upload stream. Go ahead and roll 66 for damage. To 20 damage. Yeah, it blows out this massive load of fire all over this program, and it continues going for a few seconds. And as it finishes up, you can see that the program still seems to be actively uploading to you after this attack. So that is 2 net actions. What is your third net action?
Let's see.
One's for the attack vampire, one's for the activating the program.
the dragon's attack doesn't count as one of Remy's actions.
Oh, it does not. Okay, so you've got 2 net actions then. I thought it did.
Yeah. The dragon will continue to attack its target on Remy's turn.
Yeah. Got it.
And it gets its own single action per turn.
Okay.
I guess I'll attempt to slide away.
All right, go ahead and roll me slide. Yes, vampire?
Nowhere to slide to? Because it's not an architecture?
Yep. So, as you attempt to slide, you try pushing your way down into like the wire-framed ground, and it seems as if as you try to push, you do not move anywhere. The architecture here, quote unquote, does not really seem to be much of an architecture. It seems to be kind of this open space. You're not really sure exactly what's going on, but I have a chance for you right now if you would like to roll me a concentration check to check your memory. You have no idea what's going on. The slide did not work. Your dragon program did not stop this program. You have your third net action. What are you going to try to do?
I guess I'll try whacking it with a sword.
All right, so you want to whack it with your shaft? Or you just want to use the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip. All right, go ahead. All right, so you poke at it aggressively with your tip. Go ahead and roll me your damage. I believe that's what, 2d6 for sword.
3d6 for
3d6?
black ice, 2d6 for non-black ice.
All right, so it would be 2d6. Wait, hold on. No, yeah, 2d6, 2d6.
Looks like a good solid penetration there. 2 criticals.
Yeah, so you jam the tip straight into this thing, and you can see that as you push it deeper and deeper, it seems to be flashing and convulsing, and not handling this very well. But it continues uploading, and you see the bar continue and continue and continue as your sword de-reses, because it's only res for one action. As your sword de-reses, you can see that above you, the progress bar for this thing, it gets down to the very end, and then this data stream detaches from the top of you, and you are standing there. You are no longer illuminated.
You've been probed.
This cannot be good. Probably best not tell the others about this.
I'm going to give you one more chance right now to do a concentration check.
Are there any +2s?
Yeah, just a minute. Sorry.
Any +2s?
Yes, we have a +2 in chat.
You might want to dump whatever luck you have left too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the end of our session.
For luck.
Did he at least spit on the tip like a gentleman? I don't know. Did you spit on the tip to get it ready?
Oh yeah, I gave it a good shine.
Okay, good. There you go, Rab. I just went in dry like a tube. Okay. Fuck. All right. So Remy, you realize that as all of this is going on, this does seem very vaguely familiar. How old is your character?
25.
So you've heard people talk about before the Fourth Corporate War, there seemed to be like these big access to like everything. You could visit any website from anywhere. You could interact with all these different games and Farmersville on the internet. The net itself was great, but there were always a lot of issues at the very tail end of this. And one of the issues that occurred was, well, it was pretty much taken over by all of these artificial intelligence programs that were wreaking havoc on net infrastructure. Eventually, the net itself was cut off by the federal government and restricted access to pretty much every other individual. The description that you've heard of this before is identical to what you are seeing right now. And you just got probed.
Oh. I'm still gonna try and get out of here somehow.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, that's where we're going to end our session, as the majority of our players here slowly, well, some of them slowly, some of them very quickly, and some of them very aggressively make their way down the shaft. We just had our net runner here, only the tip, but officially damaged this program before he himself was finally probed. We've got the back door and the front door covered, but it seems as if everybody here is in quite a fucked up situation.
We're going to be shafted for a week.
Yeah. So we will be back next week, folks. We're going to do our outros, and yes, I'm shafting all of you right now. Let me pop up our player names on here. There we go, and we're gonna do our outros. So Chuggy, go ahead and start us off.
Hey, I'm Chuggy. Played T-Bar, the Nomad, and see you next week.
All right, short and sweet. Raven, go for it.
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. I've had the pleasure of playing Calamity tonight. your solo. You can catch me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Right, thank you. And Johnny?
Hello, I'm John. I played Remy Johnson tonight, and yikes. You can find me lurking over on the Discord as Johnny Drop. Find me here every Friday and Saturday, and I have a SoundCloud at Arxon if you'd like to check that out.
All right, thank you. Vampire?
I am Vampire Bites, and you can catch me here every Saturday night playing Mojo. And then immediately following this, we can jump over to 2D20 Pack Northwest to play some Fallout.
All right, yeah, we're going to be heading over there in just a couple of minutes, actually. Violet Neon.
Hey, I am Violent Neon. You can find me here every Saturday as Domino the Nomad, who is presently shafting himself down the hole.
I don't think you're shafting yourself, but you are getting shafted.
I mean, I can't not be shafting myself.
Okay, yeah.
You can
It
do
is-
both.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm ambidextrous.
that's impressive. Well, we'll find out a little bit more on Raven's stream in the future. We have the natural ambidexterity that Raven was talking about. We'll see if that works really well. Two-handed each time, every time.
Every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, I am Capricious Nature. You are all now mentally scarred with the imagery of what I'm sharing with you, but this is an absolute blast, and I'm delighted to be here. I hope every single one of you had a great time watching the session. Please, for the love of God, don't shit talk me in the comments, because, yeah, I know you're scarred. Not my fault. You chose to click it, even though it said adults only. So, yeah, it's on you. You can find us here every single week. We are here for the Fallout Asia stream on Fridays. We're here for Cyberpunk Goes Nomad on Saturdays. And just about 1 hour from right now, you can find myself and Vampire Bites joining Darren Drader, the acclaimed author, over at twitch.tv/2D20 Fallout Pack NW for Pacific Northwest. Check out our website for cybernationuncensored.com to get all of the supplements that we are working with. And folks, see all of you in a week and find out exactly how deep this shaft can go and what exactly just probed our poor little Remy. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Cybernation Uncensored.